Welcome to Good Mythical More. We've got some crew members represented here by these flags, and they each have a memory associated with the scent. We're gonna see if we can match who's who. Get to know the crew.
But first, let's check our voicemail.
Hey there, Rhett. I like butter beans. Do you like butter beans too? Hey there, Link. You smell good.
I smell what?
You just smell, man.
I smell
You just smell, and then he just was proud of himself
huh.
for making that joke. That sounds like a prank call that we would have made in fourth
Hey,
grade.
Rhett, you like butter beans? Do you like butter beans?
I do. I don't eat them enough though. I love them.
Okay. We got our crew members on the line. Maisie, hello.
Hello.
Megan, hello.
Hello.
Emily, hello.
Hi.
Paisley, hello.
Hello, my dudes.
Ammo, hello.
Hola, amigos.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Who's first?
The smell of rotten eggs reminds me of my grandma.
Ooh, rotten eggs.
Okay.
That's
wow.
unfortunate. Rotten eggs that's a horrible scent.
Rotten eggs? Maybe somebody had a farm and some rotten eggs. Maybe just grandma just didn't.
Yeah, why would you? We
she
can't. Of course, we
forgot about
can't
the eggs
ask
in the
them about
fridge.
that. So it's
Or maybe one of them just smelled like rotten eggs.
maybe it's someone whose grandma had a chicken coop, but we can't ask that. I don't know. Emily, you got any experience with a chicken coop?
I do not. I actually wish I had chickens, but I've never had an experience of owning them.
Like currently, you wish here in LA you had chickens?
I have a neighbor that has a chicken coop of like 20 chickens, and some of them are like the pretty, like, floofy, exotic ones.
20?
They look like Phyllis Diller, you know, the ones with the big afro puffs. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
My neighbor has those, and I go look at them like they're a tiny zoo, but that's about it.
Yeah, there's a number of people who here in the city will have their own egg production facility.
Yeah, egg
I'm just
production.
talking a chicken coop.
A chicken makes an egg a day.
That
right?
didn't lead us anywhere. This is going to be tough. Megan, we know so little about you. Tell us something totally unrelated to chickens or eggs or grandmas. Just any interesting fact about yourself.
I mean, those are all the facts I have. It's just chicken eggs, grandmas.
Oh,
You just exhausted Megan.
what's your
facts.
grandma's name? Pick a grandma. Give us a first name.
Her name's Margaret.
Margaret.
Mm-hmm.
Rotten
Margaret
eggs.
smells like rotten eggs.
Well, we'll get to hear the story. This is we're going to be in the dark.
I felt like a psychic influence telling me to choose Megan.
Yeah, me too. All right, what's the next one?
When we were kids, if we were sitting on the couch watching TV, my mom was known to dump a pile of warm, clean laundry fresh out of the dryer on us. It was cozy and fun, but when she made your way out of the laundry mountain, Mom was gone and you had to fold the
'em up.
laundry.
Yeah, sometimes especially if it's a blanket. Like I'll throw a scalding hot blanket on Lando. I'm just like, hey, you got like second-degree burns once on his
Right.
face.
Yep. So this is a fun mom.
This is a
But
fun
this is a fun mom who still cares about discipline. and
Ammo,
structure.
what's your laundry folding game like these days?
It's pretty on par. Mom always
On
said,
par or
fold the
on
laundry.
point?
On point.
Okay, it's on point.
Mom always said fold the laundry as soon as it's out of the dryer.
And off your body?
Oh, well, I think Ammo just gave us a clue that it's not him.
Yeah, because
I was thinking
he's going
Paisley
too hard on it.
here.
Why is that?
I don't know Paisley's situation with siblings. It's because it's when we were kids. So it's
Paisley, you got any siblings?
I do, yeah.
Oh.
what? You ever watch TV with them? On a couch.
I mean, I wanted to, but the one time I tried, they threw a scalding hot blanket on me.
Ah.
Okay, we're gonna give that one to you, Paisley, at least for now.
I played football from the 3rd grade to junior year of high school.
Okay.
Anytime I walk in a park or in my neighborhood, if I smell fresh cut grass, I immediately stop, close my eyes, and inhale. For a split second, I am transported back to the gridiron. The thrills of victories and the agony of defeats. It makes me want to put on my cleats, pads, and have one more day of glory. Ammo.
Now, is it ammo? Because I seem to remember when we were all bustling in the office, Maisie, am I wrong in remembering that like there were many days that you'd come in wearing cleats?
I'm not going to lead you down the wrong road. No, I never came in cleats.
She wanted to though. She was
Yeah, it's
yeah.
cleats.
I mean,
Cleats are not great in a non-sporting environment.
cleats are not great, not on grass, basically.
Yeah.
You got to be on grass.
You don't want to work in cleats, Maisie.
Well, but we are requiring cleats starting in the fall. Just so
giving that-
everybody knows.
all right, so
Giving
we're-
you plenty of heads up.
We're giving this one to ammo. You want to know what position he played? We'll find out.
Back when I wasn't allowed to date anyone because I was too young,
Okay.
I would sneak around after church choir practice, and make out in empty church offices with my first ever crush. They wore Old Spice deodorant. Now, every time I walk by someone wearing Old Spice, I get weak in the knees.
Ah! This
Somebody
seems like
make-
the type of story Emily would be comfortable sharing.
Yeah. And I could see Old Spice really doing it for Emily.
Okay. In the church annals.
Church choir, huh?
You know where all the hiding spots are, Emily, in your
In my
your
church?
Yeah.
I know where all the hiding spots are. I also I would write little things and like hide. We also played hide and go seek in my church a lot, like after choir practice growing up. Churches are great for.
You can get behind the the pulpit area, and there's like the little area.
Oh yeah, where the
One way goes to the baptismal, and the other way is like there's some pipes and stuff.
it was very
Also, you can go
Clandestine.
under the pews and just like, because the pews, it kind of goes on a slant, so you can just slide down under the pews if you're trying to get away from the person playing hide and go seek.
Is she trying to lead us away from herself into
That's
Maisie?
her.
I'm just giving the hot tips for kids who want to play hide and go seek in a church. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
The smell of wet blacktop reminds me of gym class in elementary school. I think that's it's because that's when those memories get locked in from
Wet
the beginning.
blacktop though, like asphalt.
If it rained, we'd have to have gym class inside.
Ah.
In the cafeteria. So when it rained, we'd be sad, but if the rain cleared up by gym time, we'd be able to go outside even though the ground was still wet.
We're gonna give this to Maisie just by elimination. Megan, where are you from?
I'm from outside New York City.
Mm-hmm. Maisie, where are you from?
Pasadena.
Right. I think we've established
Pasadena.
both of those things before on this show. Wet blacktop.
I don't think they'll hold it against me.
Pasadena. If it rained, we'd have to go to gym class inside. This
Mm-hmm.
isn't Maisie. It didn't rain in Pasadena. You don't remember rain in the cafeteria. She went to school. There was no cafeteria. You eat outside at California schools.
What if we give clean laundry to
her
her?
and this to Paisley?
Yeah. Let's give Paisley the black
I can't
cap.
remember.
And before we answer these, I want to remind you that we have a Mythical grooming bag that's filled with Mythical grooming products, including the musical comb. It plays the GMM theme song. You want to give it a go?
Oh yeah. And I actually think we should switch Megan and Paisley, and I think we might be 100% right.
Very brushable, high quality brush for your hair. We've got yeah. Clay pomade, which this is what I use in my hair every morning. Fierce but flexible. Get you some. Look at the reviews. And if you already enjoyed this, leave a review on Amazon. Reviews are good. We got some beard balm. We got some beard oils. We've got lip balm, peculiarly perfect peanut butter peppermint, and we've got candy milk. I'm really a big fan of the lotion and the Mythical number 9 scent that we developed and put into this lotion. It will make you think of making out with somebody in the secret annals of your church.
Right.
All right.
Okay, I switched Paisley and Megan
I'm fine with that.
because she's growing up near New York. It's definitely raining a lot out there, and there's definitely a cafeteria.
Okay, let's start with Maisie.
Clean laundry, Mom.
Yes, my mom was always looking for children to help her with chores. And if you were sitting in front of the TV, you were asking for work.
Wow.
But you kind of got the reward with
Yeah,
the warm laundry.
It feels good for a second.
It was a touching moment, but then reality sunk in and you had to fold that laundry. But yes, Laundry Mountain was the best.
Laundry Mountain.
You call it Laundry Mountain?
Yeah, Laundry Mountain.
Okay, do you do that with your kids?
With my children?
Yeah.
They don't exist.
Oh, okay. All right. How many kids do you want to have? Do you want to have kids one day? Is this a weird line of questioning It's like,
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, don't answer that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not trying to make
She's like, I won't.
you want what? Have children?
We'll answer.
Oh, okay.
Megan, we're right about
Hey,
that black
they're not
top,
for
right?
everybody. Children are not for everybody, right, Morgan?
Right.
Are we right, Megan?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah!
Look at that. You did a switcheroo.
Yeah, man, I just felt it.
Because once we figured out the Pasadena of it all from Maisie,
Yeah.
or remembered it, you know. All right, Megan, tell us about this. You don't like outdoor activities.
No, I loved going outside.
Oh, you didn't want to be in the gym.
Yeah, I went to a really small Montessori school and we shared the building with a church. So when we had gym class inside, we didn't have a gym. So we liked going outside.
Oh.
When it stopped raining, we were very happy.
Wet blacktop makes you sad.
Yeah.
Petrichor.
That's not the smell of wet. That's the smell of like wet,
I think it's the smell of like rain on asphalt.
not
Isn't it?
asphalt. I don't think it's asphalt. Okay, Old Spice first crush, Emily. This has got to be your story.
It sure is, and I'd like to add to Megan's story. I think the gym of my church is the only place I haven't made out in.
Well, you know what? Let's set that up.
But yeah, there was like a lot of office buildings in our church and stuff, and you could kind of sneak around.
Did anybody catch you making out with that boy?
Yes, they did. And then like our parents wouldn't allow us to like talk to each other, but we'd write notes. There's a whole Star Wars action figure box full of notes that I still have from this guy.
What? Wow. So this
awesome.
This was quite a love affair.
Yeah, and then he got married pretty recently, and my parents were the wedding band.
What
They played the wedding.
Okay. I was like, they
Nice.
wrapped around his finger.
Yeah, right, yeah.
What?
Yeah,
There's
they,
this.
They were the band who played the wedding.
Quite a
And I was like,
commitment.
"You guys think that would hurt my feelings?" They're like, "Oh yeah, I didn't really think about that."
Well,
Did we ever? I never made out with anybody at church because, like, I mean, I knew that God was watching me everywhere, but like, definitely
he was
in
watching
church.
real hard there. Yeah, I
Did you? I bet you did though.
No, not at church.
You never made out with a chick?
No,
at church?
because I didn't ever have a girlfriend
who went to the church?
who went to the same church.
Yeah, because you wanted.
I was like, no.
You didn't want a girl with our church standards.
God's gonna know way too much about what's going on in this relationship if we're both at the same church. You
I like
know?
to think that God was impressed with what I was doing.
All right, Paisley, are you rotten egg, Grandma?
I mean, I'm related to Rotten Egg Grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the story? This seems
I
sad.
know everyone else included like flowery stories. I just said rotten eggs, my grandma. My grandparents lived in rural Indiana for a while, and they had well water, and it was near like a
Sulfur.
deposit. And so before we ever went to visit them, my parents were giving me like a heads up, like their water stinks, it reeks like sulfur, and of course you don't know what that smells like, so rotten eggs.
Oh
Sure
yeah.
enough, it does. When you use the bathroom or you showered or even flushed the toilet, it just like
Yes.
fills the room. And so whenever I smell rotten eggs, like that sulfur smell, I think of my grandma Jean.
This is probably actually not
Wow.
an uncommon memory because a
Yeah.
lot of people had relatives who were on wells that smelled like that.
But they didn't. Did they drink it?
No, they had like a water bubbler and stuff.
Okay.
The bathroom.
Okay. So Ammo, what? We're correct about this, of course. We nailed
5 for
all
5.
of these.
5
This
for
is a
5.
queen sweep, guys.
So you ever throw on the pads and the cleats and just Like,
Come to work?
for old time's sake?
Yeah, when like wanna walk on by and hear that click clack of the cleats on the concrete, and put on the helmets and the pads, not wash my laundry for a whole week. Yeah.
What position did you play?
I was the center and defensive tackle.
Oh,
So I was in the trenches.
So you can spike a ball. This is a skill that you may be the only person on the crew who can legitimately, hike a ball, not spike a ball, hike a ball.
He can probably spike it too.
We might need to get you hiking the ball. Let's invent a game that involves ammo hiking the ball.
How far can you hike a ball?
Well, we did do shotgun, so I think it was about 5 yards. But I haven't done it since high school, so a little rusty, but we can make it work.
See, that can-do spirit
A little rusty.
is what we count on you
How
for,
far
Ammo.
can ammo hike a ball?
All right, hey, we deserve a celebration.
Yeah.
Let's go out and I don't know, just get plastered.
Okay, all right. Unleash your legendary style with our line of mythical grooming and personal care products available now at mythical.com.